To test your applications, you'll need an Android device. You can use either a physical device that you plug into your development system, or you can use a virtual device that runs on top of a piece of software called the Android emulator. For the fastest possible execution, the emulator depends on another software package from Intel known as the Hardware Accelerated Execution Manager. And that's a mouthful, so we call it by the acronym HAXM. It's usually installed on your computer automatically when you install Android Studio, but there are times when you'll need to reinstall or upgrade it yourself. You can always make sure you have the most recent version of HAXM by going through the SDK Manager. If you already have a project open, you get to that from Tools. In the SDK Manager, click on SDK Tools, and look down here to make sure that the Intel x86 Emulator Accelerator, or the HAXM installer, is installed. If you see an option to upgrade, do so. Now, go to your SDK directory. On my system, I've installed the SDK under my library directory, under my home directory, and under there, I find Android and then SDK. From there, go to a directory named Extras, and you should see a directory named Intel, and under that, the directory containing the HAXM installer. On Mac, you'll find a DMG file, and on Windows, an executable. On Mac, I'll open up the DMG file, and then I'll run the installer from here. If you've already installed HAXM, as it's likely you have during the Android Studio installation, you'll see this message indicating that it's already installed. But that's fine. You can just continue the installation. And now you'll be overwriting the existing installation. If you see a security prompt, fill out the dialog and continue. In the most recent versions of this installer, there aren't any options. In the past, you indicated how much memory you wanted to allocate to the HAXM process, but now that's all handled dynamically. So all you have to do is install the software. And when this process is complete, you'll be ready to run virtual devices on the Android emulator, and they'll be as fast as they can be on your development system.